Have you ever found yourself, wrestling with that really frustrating brain fog, feeling like your thoughts are just muddled?
Yeah, or just wondering if you're kind of inherently stuck with the cognitive abilities you were born with.
Exactly. Maybe you've heard that old idea that intelligence, especially IQ, is basically fixed, set by genetics, unchangeable after you're a kid.
Right, and that belief can be so incredibly limiting. It leaves a lot of us feeling, well, pretty disheartened, wondering if real cognitive improvement is even on the table.
But what if I told you? What if you possess this incredible, untapped potential? The ability to genuinely raise your IQ and really boost your brain power. What if you could unlock every single ounce of your cognitive potential, not in years, but seeing noticeable improvements in as little as 30 days?
That's why people are tuning in, right?
I think so. You clicked on this discussion because you're ready for exactly that kind of transformation.
Absolutely. And look, in this discussion, we are here to tell you, straight up, unequivocally, it is not only possible, but it's entirely within your grasp. We're moving way beyond just vague hopes or, simple platitudes here.
Good.
We're going to unpack practical, science-backed strategies and some surprisingly simple but really profoundly effective tricks that can make a huge difference in how your brain functions.
And you're saying within a month?
Yes, you can absolutely start seeing remarkable shifts. More clarity, better focus, mental agility, all within just 1 month.
Okay, just take a second, everyone listening.
Yeah.
Imagine what that sharper, more agile mind could truly mean for your life. Picture yourself making decisions with just unparalleled clarity, real confidence, effortlessly absorbing new info, learning faster than you ever thought possible.
It's a powerful image.
Envision an explosion of enhanced creativity, getting into that flow state where ideas just come to you easily.
Yeah.
And having this amplified ability to visualize, to focus, and ultimately to attract the success or the financial abundance or maybe that dream job you've been trying to manifest.
Yeah.
This isn't just about some abstract intelligence number, is it?
Not at all. It's really about optimizing your internal supercomputer, aligning your brain's incredible power with your deepest desires. It's about elevating your entire life experience.
So our mission today.
Our mission in this discussion is really to go beyond those surface-level tips you might find scrolling online. We want to dive deep into the foundational elements, the actionable techniques.
Okay.
We'll reveal how your brain actually functions and how you can dramatically improve its performance, helping you learn faster, understand things more deeply, and just perform at your absolute peak.
Whether that's in your career, relationships.
Exactly, or your personal growth journey. Prepare to truly transform your mental landscape. We're setting the stage for a life with way more clarity and, honestly, abundant opportunities.
All right, let's start by tackling a big one. This pervasive challenge many of us face in today's world. The brain drain.
The brain drain.
Have you ever experienced that? That persistent mental fatigue, that awful brain fog that makes even simple tasks feel like climbing a mountain.
Oh, definitely. It's a really common and often quite overwhelming experience.
Imagine waking up already feeling tired, trying to get through your day, but your thoughts feel like you're wading through sick mud.
Yeah. And the relentless barrage of information, right? The constant notifications, the endless scroll on our phones.
It's not just annoying, it's actually subtly eroding our cognitive abilities.
It really is. We find our attention spans getting shorter, our memories, they feel less reliable sometimes.
And that nagging sense of underperformance starts creeping in. It's not just feeling a bit tired, it's this quiet but really profound drain on our mental energy, our potential.
And this experience, this brain drain, it often gets tangled up with that deeply ingrained societal belief we mentioned earlier.
The fixed intelligence idea.
Exactly. The idea that your IQ is static, set by genetics, unchangeable after childhood. And that perspective, well, it can be incredibly limiting.
For sure.
It leads countless people to believe that cognitive improvement, like genuine shifts in their mental capabilities, are just beyond their control.
This is just how I am.
Right. Or I'm just not as smart as other people. But the scientific understanding that's really emerged over the last few decades is truly revolutionary. It offers this profound counter-narrative.
Okay, tell us about that.
Well, while genetics undeniably play a foundational role, no question, the profound impact of your environment, your daily lifestyle choices, on your brain's actual structure and function, that's been increasingly recognized.
So it's not set in stone.
Not at all. It reveals a far more dynamic, adaptable organ than we ever thought before.
And this is where that amazing concept of neuroplasticity comes in, right?
Precisely. It's truly astonishing. Neuroplasticity refers to your brain's lifelong ability to reorganize itself, constantly forming new neural connections, strengthening existing ones.
Not just in childhood.
No, throughout your entire life. Think of your brain less like a finished sculpture and more like a lifelong construction site, actively remodeling itself with every new challenge, every piece of info you learn, every habit you build.
Yep.
This isn't just, wishful thinking or some motivational slogan. It's biological reality. It's the inherent superpower of your brain that makes boosting brain power and raising your IQ genuinely possible.
And the impact isn't tiny, is it?
No, it's not marginal at all. Research consistently shows that environmental factors, things you can influence, can account for a significant 30 to 50% variability in IQ.
30 to 50%, that's huge.
It's monumental. It represents a massive opportunity for growth, for transformation. It makes a tangible, profound difference between what might be considered average performance and truly exceptional capability. This isn't about being born a genius. It's about cultivating one.
So when your brain isn't firing on all cylinders, when that cognitive potential is kind of suppressed, what happens then?
Well, it creates this cascade of challenges, right? They reverberate through almost every single aspect of your life.
Like what?
Imagine compromised judgment. Maybe it leads to missed opportunities in your career. You hesitate on a crucial decision, maybe, or you just lack that mental agility to innovate and stand out.
Or forgetting things.
Exactly. Think about the frustration of forgetting key details in an important meeting, or struggling to recall vital information for your own personal growth, or even just for mastering a new skill you want to learn. These aren't just minor inconveniences.
No, they definitely add up.
They accumulate. They're far more impactful than simple annoyances.
Yeah, diminished attention, impaired decision-making.
Yeah.
They can directly block your progress toward attracting that new job you want, the one that really aligns with your purpose.
Or manifesting financial success and abundance.
Right. Or even just navigating daily life with the ease and clarity and confidence you deserve. It sort of creates this subtle but persistent resistance to the reality you're trying to create.
Absolutely. This whole situation highlights an urgent, fundamental need for a solution, a roadmap to actually optimizing your brain.
Okay. And hey, if you're listening and recognizing some of these challenges in your own life and maybe finding these insights helpful so far, please take just a second to give us a like and maybe subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, that really helps us keep bringing you these science-backed strategies. We want to help you build that life of clarity, abundance, and unleashed potential.
Definitely. Okay, so let's peel back the layers now. Let's decode the brain's inner workings, starting with its energy needs.
Yes, its incredible energy demands. What's truly fascinating here is just how much fuel your brain actually requires to operate at its peak.
I bet it's a lot.
It is. Despite being only about, 2% of your total body weight, your adult brain accounts for a remarkable 20 to 23% of your total energy consumption.
Wow, nearly a quarter of all energy.
Yep. And this energy is primarily powered by glucose. But it's not just for simple thinking.
Right.
This enormous energy use supports constant, complex metabolic activity. Things like maintaining the electrical potential in billions of neurons, powering intricate biochemical pathways, constantly building and repairing its own structural components.
So it's always working.
Always. Your brain isn't just thinking. It's this high-octane, incredibly sophisticated system, like the most advanced supercomputer imaginable. And just like any high-performance machine, it demands the right, consistent fuel to function optimally.
Which brings us to nutrition.
Exactly. That's why if you are truly committed to boosting your brain power, raising your IQ, understanding its precise nutritional needs is absolutely paramount, non-negotiable.
Okay.
Think of the nutrients we eat not just as calories, but as the master builders, the maintenance crew, the specialized engineers for your cognitive abilities.
I like that analogy.
These nutrients influence everything, from the earliest stages of fetal brain development right through to maintaining sharp cognitive function as we age.
So where do we start? Proteins.
Let's start with proteins. Absolutely essential, not just for building brain tissue, but for orchestrating its complex communication network.
Building blocks.
Foundational blocks for cells, including neurons. They also connect to things called neurotrophins and neuropeptides. Think of those as the brain's internal architects and communication regulators.
Okay.
They essentially guide the growth of new neurons, ensure they survive, and fine-tune the strength and flexibility of the connections between them. That dynamic process is called synaptic plasticity. It's foundational to all learning and memory.
So, not enough protein is bad news.
Very bad news. Inadequate protein intake, especially during critical windows like pregnancy, can actually lead to long-term psychosocial issues and cognitive deficits. Vital sources include nutrient-rich legumes, lean meats, eggs, and dairy.
Got it. What about fats? I know there's a lot of talk about fats and brain health.
Yes. And here's where it gets really interesting regarding the brain's structure. A significant chunk of your brain's dry weight, a remarkable 50 to 60%, is made up of lipids or fats.
Half.
At least half, yeah. And of those lipids, a substantial 35% are omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids, or PUFAs.
Omega-3s. Heard of those?
Right, and specifically docosahexaenoic acid, DHA, alone accounts for over 40% of all the omega-3s found in your brain's gray matter.
That's the processing part.
That's where all the complex information processing happens. These fatty acids aren't just hanging around, they are crucial for brain development, especially during the third trimester of pregnancy and the first 2 years of life. Massive neural development is happening then.
And for adults.
Beyond development, for adults, the benefits are extensive. They demonstrably improve working memory, enhance mental agility, speed up information processing rate, and even offer protection against neurodegeneration as we age.
How do they do that?
Well, when DHA is readily available, it allows for greater fluidity of cell membranes. Think of it like making the communication lines between neurons more flexible and efficient, faster signaling.
Okay, so where do we get these? Fish oil.
Oily fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines are great sources. They provide EPA and DHA directly. Plant-based options like flaxseed oil, chia seeds, walnuts offer alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. Your body can convert ALA to EPA and DHA, but the conversion rate varies a lot between individuals, and it's often not super efficient. So relying solely on plant sources might not be enough for optimal levels for some people.
Good to know. And bad fats.
Conversely, yes. It's important to note that a high intake of saturated fats, the kind common in many processed foods and some animal products, has been directly linked to cognitive decline and reduced brain efficiency. So quality matters hugely.
Makes sense. Okay, what's next on the nutrient list?
Zinc. Then there's zinc, often overlooked, but truly a powerhouse for brain growth, synaptic plasticity, and overall brain health.
Powerhouse, okay.
Zinc is involved in hundreds of enzyme reactions in the body. In the brain, it profoundly affects processes critical for memory, learning, even mood control. It helps brain cells communicate effectively by playing a role in neurotransmitter synthesis and release.
How much do we need?
The recommended daily intake is around 11 milligrams for men, 8 milligrams for women. And here's the catch. Your body can't really store zinc effectively.
So you need it regularly.
Critically important to consume it regularly through your diet. Rich sources include things like dark green and yellow veggies, shellfish are great, lean meats, eggs, cereals, peanuts, dairy, whole grains.
And it might help with bigger issues too.
Scientists have even hypothesized that imbalances in brain zinc levels might influence the progression of diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. And it definitely plays a role in regulating mood disorders. It has a broad impact.
Okay, zinc. Got it. How about B vitamins? I hear those are important for energy.
Next up, indispensable B vitamins, a group of water-soluble vitamins absolutely non-negotiable for healthy nervous system function. They impact both your central and peripheral nervous systems.
How so?
They act as cofactors helpers, essentially in numerous metabolic pathways that produce energy for the brain and synthesize neurotransmitters. Deficiencies in specific B vitamins, particularly B6, sometimes called thiamine, though technically B1 is thiamine, folate, B9, and B12.
Those three?
Yes, those have been strongly connected to a whole spectrum of mental health challenges, cognitive impairments, and neurological issues.
Can you give examples?
Sure. Thiamine B1 is critical for glucose metabolism, the brain's main fuel. Folate B9 is vital for DNA synthesis and repair, and for making mood-regulating neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. B12 is essential for nerve cell health and making myelin, the insulation around nerves.
Wow, okay. Where do we find these?
Thiamine you can find in things like powdered milk, eggs, nuts, oats. Folate is abundant in leafy greens, fortified cereals, and animal liver. And B12 is mainly sourced from animal products, meat, milk, eggs.
So vegetarians need to be careful.
Exactly. Vegetarians and vegans need to be particularly mindful of their B12 intake. Supplementation is often necessary to avoid deficiency. And let's not forget biotin, B7, also plays a crucial role in glucose metabolism, again highlighting the link to brain energy supply.
Right. Vitamin D. I thought that was just for bones.
Moving on to vitamin D, we often associate it with bone health, absolutely, but vitamin D and its active forms significantly influence the health and disease of your nervous system too.
Yeah.
Beyond calcium regulation, vitamin D receptors are found all throughout the brain. It plays a critical role in improving neurocognition. It influences neurotransmitter synthesis, regulates calcium signaling within neurons, and supports crucial neurotrophic and neuroprotective activities.
Meaning?
Meaning it helps neurons grow, survive, and resist damage. Think of it like a silent guardian for your brain cells.
Where do we get it besides sunlight?
You can get it from direct sunlight exposure, yes, but also dietary sources. Mushrooms have D2, fatty fish, egg yolks, liver oils have D3, and it's readily available, often necessary, through supplements, especially if you have limited sun exposure.
Okay. Choline. That sounds familiar, but I'm not sure why.
Choline is another absolutely critical nutrient. Its importance during early life cannot be overstated.
Yeah.
If someone is deficient during the first 1,000 days of life, so pregnancy and the first 2 years, it can lead to irreversible impairments in brain function, affecting everything from memory to attention span.
That's serious.
It is. It's vital for neurodevelopment. It's a precursor to acetylcholine, a key neurotransmitter for memory, learning, muscle control. Choline also helps maintain cell membrane integrity and signaling, and for adults, it continues to support optimal brain health and function.
Best sources.
Liver is a top source. Eggs are fantastic, highly concentrated and bioavailable. Also meat, fish, dairy, and some plants like cruciferous vegetables. The recommended intake is around 550 milligrams a day for men, 425 for women, and even higher, 450 for pregnant women, 550 for nursing mothers. Really highlights its role in development.
Okay, eggs are looking pretty good for brain health.
They really are powerhouse.
Yeah.
And then we have lutein and zeaxanthin, LNZ for short.
I've heard of those.
They're powerful carotenoids, pigments found in plants which your body cannot make. You have to get them from your diet.
Okay, what do they do for the brain?
What's remarkable is they accumulate in specific brain areas, particularly those involved in cognitive function. They've been shown to benefit cognition, especially in older adults. They seem to improve cell membrane fluidity again, better neuron communication, and act as potent antioxidants and anti-inflammatories in neural tissue, protecting those delicate brain cells.
Where do we find LNZ?
Abundantly in green leafy vegetables like kale and spinach, also in other colored fruits and vegetables, and significantly in egg yolks again.
Eggs strike again.
Okay.
The last one on fuel. Carbs and ketones.
Finally, let's talk fuel sources, carbohydrates and ketones. Now, glucose from carbs is generally considered the brain's primary preferred fuel, but ketones serve as a vital and highly efficient alternative, especially during periods when glucose is low, like extended fasting or very intense exercise.
How does that work?
When your body shifts into ketosis, maybe through diet or fasting, it produces ketones from fat stores. These ketones, particularly one called beta-hydroxybutyrate, actually offer increased oxidative efficiency for the brain.
Meaning more bang for your buck, energy-wise.
Exactly. Your brain can get more energy per unit of oxygen from ketones than from glucose. This can lead to enhanced mental clarity, sustained energy, improved cognitive performance. It's a truly high-performance fuel option for your brain that you can strategically leverage.
Interesting. Okay, so we've covered the good stuff. What about the things that harm the brain? The saboteurs.
Right. Just as there are master builders and essential fuels, there are also these silent saboteurs. Elements in our modern lifestyle and diet that actively work against your cognitive potential.
Like what?
Let's start with malnutrition in all its forms. And this isn't just about, starvation. It includes undernutrition, hidden micronutrient deficiencies, even overnutrition.
So some imbalance.
Any imbalance between your dietary demands and your nutrient intake can immediately and profoundly impede brain development and its ongoing operation. It impacts everything from cell growth to their specialized function, essentially starving your brain of what it needs.
And junk food, refined sugar.
And then we have the pervasive presence of junk foods and refined sugars. Widely accessible, high in calories, unhealthy fats, artificial stuff. Notoriously low in the essential nutrients.
They don't just affect weight.
No, they actively alter the structure and function of the human brain. Consuming them leads to these rapid, extreme swings in insulin levels. It's a roller coaster for your brain's energy supply, contributes to inflammation.
Examples.
Think sugary drinks, highly processed fried fast food, most commercial pastries. These aren't just empty calories, they are actively working against your brain's optimal function. They promote oxidative stress, neuroinflammation, things that degrade cognitive performance over time. And like we said before, high intake of saturated fats is directly linked to cognitive decline.
We also need to worry about toxins.
We also have to be acutely mindful of toxic trace elements in our environment. Things like lead, methylmercury, arsenic, manganese, even low-level exposure.
Even low level.
Yes, consistently shown to impair neurodevelopment, especially in kids. But their insidious effects can impact adult cognitive function too. They interfere with neurotransmitter systems, disrupt essential enzymes, contribute to oxidative stress, leading to long-term cognitive deficits.
So being aware of exposure is key.
It's crucial, though sometimes challenging, just being aware of potential exposures in your environment. Water, food, air is an important aspect of protecting your brain.
Wow. So connecting all this.
If we truly connect all these pieces to the bigger picture, right, it becomes abundantly clear. Every bite you take, every movement you make, every hour of rest you get, it's either actively building up your cognitive capacity, nourishing your potential, or it's subtly, sometimes not so subtly, undermining it.
Every choice matters.
Understanding these fundamental principles, the fuel, the builders, the saboteurs, that is your absolutely critical first step towards taking powerful, conscious control over your mental landscape.
That makes so much sense. And hey, we genuinely love to hear from you listening. What are your thoughts? Your experiences with how diet and lifestyle have impacted your mental clarity?
Yeah, definitely share your insights, your personal observations in the comments below. We all learn so much from each other's journeys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've understood the problem, the mechanics. Let's get to the solution, the actionable stuff, the 30-day blueprint to a sharper mind.
Let's do it. Strategy number 1,
Yeah.
profoundly optimize your nutrition. Fuel your genius for rapid, tangible gains.
Rapid gains. I like the sound of that.
Within our ambitious 30-day window, a targeted, intentional nutritional approach can yield truly significant results. So, your actionable plan:
Give it to me.
prioritize brain-boosting foods daily. Make them non-negotiable staples. Focus on consistently getting rich sources of omega-3s, maybe wild-caught fatty fish like salmon or sardines a few times a week, or integrate walnuts and flaxseed oil daily. Ensure you're getting enough zinc, shellfish, lean meats, or regular legumes and eggs. Load up on a spectrum of B, vitamins, leafy greens, maybe a bit of liver if you're up for it, whole grains. Choline is key eggs daily or near daily, plus maybe liver, cruciferous veggies. Don't forget vitamin D, fatty fish, fortified dairy, smart sun exposure. And fill your plate with colorful fruits and veggies for lutein and zeaxanthin, kale, spinach, bell peppers.
It's a whole picture approach.
It's comprehensive, strategic, not just adding one thing.
And ketones. How do we embrace those?
Building on that, strategically embrace ketone benefits. Understand that healthy fats, avocados, nuts, olive oil combined with periods of lower glucose intake, like through well-managed intermittent fasting.
Right.
Yeah, intermittent fasting can encourage your body to produce ketones. And as we discussed, these offer that efficient alternative brain fuel. Better clarity, sustained energy. It's not about extreme diets, just mindful eating patterns that boost metabolic flexibility.
And the flip side, getting rid of the bad stuff.
Critically, yes. To truly unlock rapid gains, you have to ruthlessly eliminate those brain saboteurs. Make a conscious, unwavering 30-day commitment. Drastically reduce or entirely eliminate junk foods, refined sugars, excessive saturated fats.
It's for 30 days to start.
Start there. This single disciplined step, more than almost any other, often leads to immediate, noticeable improvements in mental clarity, energy levels, overall cognitive function. You're removing the obstacles.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And how does this tie into manifestation?
Great question. By consciously, consistently choosing to fuel your brain with this optimal nutrition, you're doing so much more than just improving biology. You're sending a powerful, energetic signal out.
How so?
You are actively aligning your physical state, your very cellular structure with your mental aspirations. This makes your intentions clearer, your visualizations more vivid, your manifestation process exponentially more potent.
A well-nourished brain visualizes better.
Supports a more vibrant, focused, consistent visualization practice, making it significantly easier to attract the success, the relationships, the abundance you truly desire. It's a direct link. Physical well-being fuels energetic alignment.
Powerful. Okay, strategy 2 for the 30 days.
Our second powerful strategy: embrace strategic movement, quite literally exercising your mind to grow.
Exercise for the brain.
Our extensive research overwhelmingly confirms it. Physical exercise is an undeniable, powerful catalyst for cognitive improvement. It significantly boosts general cognition, enhances memory, sharpens executive function.
Across the board, all ages.
Across all age groups, all health statuses. Young students, older adults, people with various health conditions. And what's truly revolutionary and great news for everyone,
Yeah.
even light intensity exercise confers substantial cognitive benefits.
Really, light intensity.
Yes, it makes it incredibly accessible, inclusive. Everyone can do something. You don't need to become a marathon runner to get these profound mental rewards.
That is good news.
Yeah.
Are certain types of exercise better for specific things?
What's fascinating is, yes, certain types offer particularly targeted gains. For boosting general cognition and memory, for instance, exergames.
Exergames, like video games you move with.
Exactly. Video games that require physical movement, like on a Wii or similar console, have shown some of the largest effects. It strongly suggests combining physical exertion with cognitively stimulating tasks amplifies the benefits.
Dual workout, body and brain.
You got it. Forcing it to adapt and respond in real time. Now, for memory specifically, practices like yoga, tai chi, and that ancient Chinese exercise, Baoduanjing.
Mighty stuff.
Exactly. They're particularly beneficial. They inherently demand high levels of attention, precise coordinated movement, often memorizing complex sequences. This interplay between posture, breath, focus directly strengthens memory pathways.
And executive function, planning, decisions.
Even general sports and martial arts show strong positive effects there,
Yeah.
because they demand quick strategic thinking, adaptation in dynamic environments.
So is it just moving or the thinking while moving?
That's the key question, right? Is it just the physical movement or the cognitive engagement? The evidence points strongly to both.
Both matter.
Aerobic exercise increases blood flow, beneficial growth factors to the brain. But complex, engaging movements provide that dual benefit. They challenge your heart and demand problem solving, coordination, quick decisions, a powerful synergy for brain growth.
Okay, so for the 30-day plan, how much, how often?
Here's more excellent news. The benefits across cognitive domains didn't significantly differ based on intensity, session frequency, or even weekly duration.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's incredibly empowering. It means consistency, even in short bursts, is paramount. Just doing something regularly.
And short-term works.
Furthermore, research indicates short interventions, specifically 1 to 3 months, showed the greatest effect on general cognition and memory.
So 30 days is realistic for seeing results.
Powerfully indicates you can absolutely see significant, measurable cognitive gains within our 30-day time frame. Just be consistent.
Okay, actionable tip then.
Start with something you genuinely enjoy and can realistically commit to. Brisk daily walk outside, fun 15-minute exergame, short, calming yoga routine.
Doesn't have to be intense.
The key is not intensity or duration initially, but consistent, intentional movement that also has some cognitive stimulation. Make it a joyful habit, not a chore. Your brain will thank you.
Love it. Okay, strategy 3, rest.
Strategy number 3, often severely underestimated. Prioritize rest. Your brain's absolutely essential reset button.
More important than people realize.
Way more. If nutrition is fuel and exercise is growth stimulant, then sleep is the crucial maintenance and repair cycle. And let me be crystal clear.
Go on.
Consistently restricting sleep, even just an hour or two less each night than you truly need, is far more damaging long-term than pulling an occasional all-nighter. The cumulative effect of chronic sleep loss is profound, insidious.
How does it hurt cognition specifically?
Memory. Chronic sleep deprivation profoundly disrupts memory consolidation, especially in the hippocampus, the memory hub. It makes it incredibly hard to turn new information, new experiences into lasting, retrievable memories.
So you learn but don't retain.
Feels like it. You might feel like you're learning, but the brain isn't effectively archiving it. Sleep deprivation even impacts day-to-day speech coherence, recall, because it affects the temporal lobe neurotransmitter levels.
Tip of the tongue feeling.
Exactly. It prevents the necessary rest and restoration of neurotransmitter receptors. Brain cells can't communicate as effectively. You struggle to articulate thoughts clearly.
And focus. Attention.
Your brain's ability to focus, stay alert, severely compromised. It creates an imbalance in critical brain networks, leads to unpredictable attention, frequent concentration lapses, significantly reduced activity in areas vital for sustained focus. It's not just feeling tired, it's a fundamental disruption of how your brain manages attention.
Wow. What else? Decision making.
And the impact extends even further. Sleep deprivation directly messes with your ability to make rational decisions, sound social judgments.
Ow.
It disrupts the functional connectivity between your emotional processing centers, like the amygdala, and your logical executive function centers, like the prefrontal cortex. This can lead to more impulsive, maybe inappropriate responses, difficulty choosing the right course of action.
Okay, this is serious. And the cleaning system.
But what's truly fascinating and frankly alarming is the impact on the brain's physical cleaning system, the glymphatic system.
Lymphatic, okay.
Your brain's dedicated waste removal system. It becomes highly active and efficient, specifically during deep sleep. Think of your brain like a busy city generating metabolic waste all day.
Right.
During deep sleep, the glymphatic system kicks in like a super efficient nighttime cleaning crew, flushing out harmful, toxic cellular molecules, including beta amyloid protein,
The Alzheimer's protein.
the very protein notoriously implicated in Alzheimer's. Sleep deprivation severely diminishes this crucial cleaning process, leads to a dangerous buildup of these toxins, which directly, profoundly negatively affects cognitive performance and long-term brain health.
That's terrifying. Anything else sleep does?
Furthermore, during that restorative NREM, non-rapid eye movement sleep, your brain performs essential synaptic downscaling.
Downscaling. Sounds bad.
It's not a reduction in capacity, it's crucial optimization. Your brain fine-tunes, prunes less important synaptic connections, making room and strengthening the most vital ones for new learning the next day, like defragmenting your mental hard drive.
Okay, got it.
Sleep deprivation prevents this essential renormalization, hinders your brain's ability to integrate memories, learn effectively, maintain cellular and synaptic balance.
So the prescription.
To truly raise your IQ, boost brain power with tangible results. Prioritizing sufficient high-quality sleep is not just beneficial, it is non-negotiable. Aim for adequate amounts of both NREM and REM sleep stages. They each play distinct roles.
Consistent schedule.
Create a consistent sleep schedule and routine. Bedtime, wake time, roughly the same every day, even weekends. Powerfully regulates your body's natural circadian rhythms.
As a result.
Understand this. After consistently getting the required quantity and quality of sleep, your brain operates with significantly higher reaction times, enhanced intellectual activity, greater capacity for sustained focus.
And the manifestation link.
By honoring your fundamental need for sleep, you're not just restoring brain function, you are cultivating a profound state of inner harmony, mental clarity. This allows for clearer intuition, more powerful visualization, and unhindered flow of creative energy. Absolutely essential for manifestation. It's a strategic, invaluable investment in your future success and ability to create your desired reality.
Okay, sleep is huge. Final strategy, number 4.
Our fourth and final strategy for your 30-day cognitive leap. Engage in targeted cognitive training. Cultivating smart, intentional habits for a smarter, more capable you.
So brain training, does that really work?
While the scientific community once debated how much IQ could actually change in adulthood, the overwhelming consensus now leans strongly towards incredible malleability.
We can change our intelligence.
You can absolutely enhance your cognitive abilities, significantly increase the speed you learn, expand your capacity for complex understanding. You are not fixed, you are dynamic.
Okay, how? What's the most effective way?
The most effective, scientifically validated way to truly increase intelligence and cognitive function. Constantly engage in learning novel skills.
New things.
Yes, not just passive info gathering. Active engagement that promotes both neurogenesis, literal growth of new brain cells, and neuroplasticity, optimizing how those new and existing cells are used.
So challenge the brain.
Deliberately incorporate activities that genuinely challenge your brain. Force it to adapt, grow. Consistent practice with complex math problems. Daily chess or other strategic games demanding foresight. Immersing yourself in learning a new language rewires linguistic pathways. Even structured free writing, forcing abstract thought. Organizing ideas, creative expression.
What about understanding complex stuff?
When faced with complex concepts, a powerful technique is recontextualization, breaking them down into their simplest, most logical fundamentals.
Feynman technique, kinda.
Similar idea, yes. This method can unlock understanding you thought impossible. Enhances problem-solving skills across different domains because you're training your brain to deconstruct and reconstruct information.
Cool. What else?
Actively seek diverse, transferable experiences. Force your brain to think in new ways. Activities fostering complex reasoning, advanced construction blocks, Legos requiring spatial planning. Replicating intricate designs from memory strengthens visual working memory. Tracking multiple objects simultaneously hones attention, processing speed.
These aren't trivial.
Not at all. They build generalized cognitive abilities that transfer to many areas of life, and a foundational cornerstone: consistent active reading. Actively expands vocabulary, exposes you to new ideas, stimulates abstract thought, significantly broadens your knowledge base. All strongly correlate with higher intelligence, improved critical thinking. It's a direct workout for your brain.
Okay, but what should we avoid? Cognitive saboteurs.
Just as important, limit what we jokingly called brain rot. Excessive, short, meaningless video content.
Brain.
While entertaining, prolonged passive consumption can severely diminish attention span, reduce capacity for deep processing, trains your brain for constant superficial stimulation, not sustained focus.
Alcohol, drugs.
Second, recognize excessive alcohol consumption. Certain recreational drugs actively impair, reduce cognitive function over time, direct damage to brain cells, disrupt neurotransmitters, impair pathways for memory, learning, decisions.
Mental health.
Finally, crucially important, untreated mental health challenges. Chronic depression, anxiety, shown to directly impact potentially lower IQ over time. The persistent stress, chemical imbalances, can physically alter brain structure, function. Prioritizing mental well-being, seeking help when needed, is an absolutely essential component of cognitive health.
This is really empowering stuff.
It truly is. Your brain, this incredible organ processing your reality, possesses almost unlimited potential for growth adaptation throughout your entire life.
Not about being born a genius.
Not at all. It's profoundly about cultivating a dynamic growth mindset, consistently, intentionally challenging your cognitive limits. The human mind is capable of absolutely incredible feats, astonishing leaps in understanding, capability, when given the right conditions, fuel, rest, and consistent, deliberate effort.
So let's ask the listeners again. What cognitive training methods have you found most effective? What really clicked for you on your journey to a sharper mind?
Yeah, please share your experiences in the comments section below. We learned so much from each other. Your insight could be the breakthrough someone else needs.
Definitely. Okay, let's wrap this up.
Right.
We started with a big question.
You embarked on this discussion with that profound question.
Yep.
Can you truly boost your brain power and raise your IQ? We've journeyed together through compelling scientific evidence, from critical nutrients fueling neurons, building brain structure,
To the profound, transformative impact of restorative sleep, invigorating strategic exercise, the power of targeted cognitive engagement.
the initial confusion, frustration, maybe that nagging doubt you felt at the start, can now unequivocally transform into clarity, profound confidence, undeniable control over your cognitive destiny.
The answer is yes.
The answers are not only a resounding yes, but they are also remarkably actionable, immediately ready for you to implement, integrate into your life starting today.
And the 30-day promise.
Boosting your brain power, significantly raising your cognitive capacity with genuinely noticeable gains in as little as 30 days. Absolutely, tangibly within your grasp. This isn't magic or theories. It's dedicated, science-backed strategies optimizing your brain's natural, incredible, often underestimated capacity for growth, adaptation, profound learning.
It's about unlocking potential.
This journey we've outlined is fundamentally about unlocking your innate highest potential, empowering you to learn faster, think clearer, solve problems more creatively and critically.
Manifestation.
To manifest the success, prosperity, dream career, the life you envision, with unparalleled mental acuity and focus. Your brain is the ultimate tool for creation.
So the power's in our hands.
The power truly is now in your hands. We invite you to begin this transformative journey today. Don't feel overwhelmed.
Start small.
Choose just one or two strategies resonating most deeply. Optimizing your morning meal, dedicating 15 minutes to an extra game or walk, committing to a consistent sleep schedule, challenging your mind with a new skill.
Just pick one or two for 30 days.
Commit to those changes for the next 30 days. Observe. Notice the profound shifts in mental clarity, focus, problem-solving abilities, and how much more effortlessly you begin to attract, manifest your desires into tangible reality.
And if this discussion was valuable,
Please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel for more life-changing insights, actionable strategies.
and share it. Share it with someone else who's ready to unlock their full potential, truly elevate their mind. Your support helps us keep bringing you these deep explorations into personal growth and peak performance.
And as you embark on this incredible journey to a sharper, more powerful mind, consider this provocative thought.
Okay.
If your thoughts truly shape your reality, how much more potent, how much more precise, how much more powerful will your manifestations become when every single thought, every intention, every visualization is clearer, more focused, backed by a brain operating at its absolute peak performance?
Wow, that's a powerful thought. The journey to a more powerful mind isn't just personal growth.
It is the ultimate, most finely tuned instrument for shaping your reality.
What will you create when your intelligence becomes your most precise and potent tool for attraction?